Hi everyone, it is Kyoko and
Kanade.
I feel like we haven't done that in
Yay!
so long, but first of all, we just want to thank you guys all for coming and hanging out with us and just thank you guys so much once again for 18K.
18K!
We're
Woo!
obviously late that I just realized that's become a very common thing as for
It's a tradition
our
at this point.
celebration live streams because
Yeah.
we're currently already at
18.
18.5, which is crazy. We're already halfway to our next
Yay! That's
milestone. So
exciting.
yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. Hello, Kyoko and Kanade. How have you two been?
So good. We've been busy, unfortunately, which is kind of sad because there's so many new things we want to get out so fast, but yeah, life is life, guys, which is
Life
so
is in
sad.
fact life. Yo, congrats on the 18K. I haven't done this in a while. I feel like you can tell. But yeah, thank you guys so
Thank you!
much.
Yay!
It's actually crazy because it's been a while, like a decent amount of time since we hit 10K, but I haven't even come to really realize that number yet, and we're already at 18K. I'm like, I don't understand this.
Yeah,
It just seems like such a
doesn't
big
make
number in my head,
sense.
you know?
But yeah, feel free guys to ask any questions and stuff. We'll be looking at the chat really regularly. So yeah. Yay.
So, obviously, what's it called? We've been wanting to do a lot more live streaming recently. It's always weird because I feel like I've been streaming for like I feel like it hasn't been that long since we've streamed, and then I'll go and check like the streams before, and it'll be like
Mhm.
4 months.
It's it doesn't feel that long,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's cuz our type of content is so based in acting and the production of something that's a story in a way. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like we're so focused on writing and acting and editing.
Yeah, so it's like even though sometimes it feels like there's an amount of time between our videos and between our streams, we're always constantly like working on something. So it
Yeah.
doesn't usually feel like, oh, we haven't posted in a while or we haven't streamed in a while just because we're always working on like the next video.
I think it's cuz for streamers, they just stream and that just defines their content, but it's there's
Mm-hmm.
so much, especially literally, I think I would get videos done so fast if I didn't have to write them.
True. I think
Legitimately.
for me, I would give anything just to not have to actually edit videos. Like just
That
imagine it in a
too.
way and then just boom, it's there. I think that would make me like so happy. I know that
Yeah,
people like can hire
honestly.
editors, but I also feel like I'm the type of person where if I give someone that kind of work and they don't do it exactly how I want it to be, I would be really sad because you want it to be the way you wrote it, right?
Yeah, okay, I think the thing with me and Kyoko is that legitimately, like, you want to hire someone to edit, but then if it's not the way you exactly want it, you would edit it to fix it
Mm-hmm.
anyways.
So
So
like
it's
you might as well just do it yourself.
yeah, but then it takes so long. Because
Yeah.
it used to be me and Kyoko would usually collab for most videos, but now we've kind of we're in charge of our own series, we're in charge of our own
Mm-hmm.
videos, so it's kind of individual now. So
Yeah.
now we're legitimately doing everything, which
I
is
think
fine because I think it's fun,
And I think
but
for me,
still.
whenever I'm editing a video, I place such an importance on even like the smallest amount of details. Like even a millisecond longer pause means something different. So you have to
Yeah, I
make
feel
sure it all
like me and
matches
Kyoko are
up
just
well.
really specific,
Um,
specific.
Someone said a live stream for my favorite YouTubers on my birthday. What a gift!
Aw, happy
Aw, happy
birthday!
birthday! That's so weird to me to hear like my
Aw.
favorite YouTubers. I don't know why, but yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have
Yeah.
a good birthday.
Um, I recently put up, I think, yeah, I talked to you about it, but I recently put up a community post talking about the opportunities to voice act
Mm-hmm.
on our channel, and we've gotten so many responses. So if you're one of the people who submitted a thing, just like results will come out soon, but there's just so many,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to give each one like
The
all my
right.
attention to, so it takes a second.
I think it's also I feel kind of bad because when we are able to get a lot of like some of our subscribers to voice act, which I think is like my favorite thing about doing that kind of stuff, but it can feel like it takes really really long because
The
sometimes
process,
yeah,
yeah,
sometimes it can
is pretty
take
long.
like we'll never forget a voice actor, but sometimes it can feel like it because we're just like we look at the form. It takes like a month to decide who we want, and then another month to like write a script, like another month to get it like sent out. So it can feel like a really long time. But yeah, if you guys were one of the people that put in a submission, we will get to it
We
eventually.
will. Yeah, okay. Another thing I'll just say again, if you guys want to ask questions, feel free to. We'll always just be reading, you know? Um,
Someone says, I don't know if you all remember, but the horror game recommendation still
I
stands.
want to do that maybe for like Loki for another live stream. I think it would be really funny. But the thing is that me and Kyoko have talked about this, and like the mic would just like me and Kyoko are scared really
We
easily.
would kill your ears.
So like I don't know who wants to listen to like an hour of screaming because that just doesn't sound fun for anybody.
Yeah,
Like I
and
get scared and you get deaf. Like I don't think
and I think
that's
it's also if it's a specific like a horror game where you have to move, I will not be touching the controller. Like
yeah, and
my
jump
eyes will be
scares.
closed.
Like I'm not the type of person that when a jump scare happens, I'll just like scream and back away. I'll probably throw like the computer or whatever I'm playing it on.
Like it would be a very short stream. It'd just be screams for 5 minutes, and then the connection would get cut off,
And
and
then
then
that's it. So
that's literally all that would happen. So yeah, I definitely want to do that. But on that topic, we have we have done like a Minecraft like live stream in the past, and I think we both just got really busy with what's it called with videos,
yeah.
and then we were kind of like, oh, when we got to stream, we wanted to just talk to you guys because they usually aligned with like our celebration streams.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to play Minecraft again for you guys, but okay, I'll just be honest. We're like not like the best at it, so it's always just like a I don't know what to do next because most of my Minecraft experiences have only gone to that point. It's just like a you get stuff, you build a house, and then what you live out the rest of your days.
That's what
Like
I'm saying. That's why I'm like I've been trying to think of games where I feel like it would be fun to watch, but I also feel like I'm okay at them because it's like
Mhm.
it's even for like streamers I watch, it's fun to watch when they're good at the game, right? Like you don't want to watch someone who's like bad or mediocre.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, like but then I think about it, those a lot of the games that I'm like okay at, they are not multiplayer games. So it's
Yeah, me
like
too.
and then you don't want to watch like
I
one of
mean,
us. It'd be more fun with both of us.
I like playing Genshin on stream because it's just like I know what I'm doing and I know like what to do, if that makes sense. But yeah, Kanade like doesn't play Genshin, so we can't really like do it at the same time. I definitely think that would be a fun thing to do, like Kanade playing Genshin for the first time. I feel like streaming that would be so much fun.
I played Genshin like for an hour, I think.
I know that
Like
what's
one
it called?
time.
A lot of people love watching like people play it for the first time, and like
Oh,
I would
but
love
I
watching
played it
that
up
too.
to
I just
like I don't know, I think that was a dragon. But I don't remember.
there is in
That was
fact
like
a
a year
dragon.
ago. Oh, I should
We
make
should do
we
that.
should switch. I should make you play Tears of the Kingdom.
That's the thing though. I don't know how to stream that, but we could definitely what's it
No,
called?
but like I could just you could just monologue your experience while
Monologue my
I'm
experience.
cuz like then I could just play Genshin and then cuz I think it'd be funny for me to like see your reaction to a bunch of stuff.
One time, guys, we what's it called? We were for fun. I was playing Genshin and Kanade was playing Tears of the Kingdom. So we're like, okay, let's both fight like a boss thing, and then just switch every minute. Let's just say that we both kind of died because we were like, what a brilliant idea. But it was
Yeah. I was really confused. So someone asked, have you seen the Dune movies or read the books? I really want to see the Dune movies because they look so like high quality. But I don't know
Mhm.
why I've never gotten around to it because I know Dune 2 is coming out
Mhm.
and like obviously their cast is like star studded, but like Loki, I really want to watch the first one. I saw their do you see their popcorn buckets?
No.
Like people were talking about how it was like a really bad design 'cause it just like looked really icky.
Oh.
Like it looked
the
weird.
popcorn bucket?
Because like you know how they have like exclusive popcorn buckets for like
Uh-huh.
each movie? They said theirs was like really weird looking.
Only thing
I'll
I
show
know
you a picture
about
later.
the Dune stuff is I just heard like, do you know like Austin Butler acts in it?
Yeah.
And people were getting mad because they like made him bald,
Why?
and
He's
not
bald?
Even, and he's not even bald in the books. Like, they just made him
No,
bald.
for
Like, I
what
saw-
reason?
I don't know. They just made him bald.
Oh my gosh.
all I've been
That's
seeing about.
unfortunate.
Yeah. So we'll see about that, but I definitely
I
want
wanna
to check
watch
them
them.
out. And
Yeah.
I've heard the books are good too. I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like reading books. I'm always already reading a book, so it's gonna be hard to find
That's
an
so
open
true.
slot.
Like I'm always reading something.
Yeah, like there's never a point in time where I'm not reading a book. It's just like a start one, finish one, done. You know?
Speaking of horror games, what's the scariest horror game that you two have ever played?
None. Like,
I feel like I observed someone playing. Okay, this is not. It's not even scary, but it was because I was young. It was like like Five Nights at Freddy's. Like that's not a scary game. Like I
No,
know a
like,
lot of people play it. Like okay, it is meant to like in essence it is a scary game, but it's like not a scary game. But I was just really young and I didn't get the concept of the game. So then when no one told me that there was gonna be a jump scare, I was just like, oh, they're looking around rooms and then bam,
Yeah.
traumatized.
I don't think I've ever actually. I've definitely played like games that had scarier elements to it, but I don't think I've ever specifically played a horror game because I already know
Yeah, I feel
myself
like hey,
and
the
I know that it
games
won't like
that
be
me and
good for
Kyoko
me.
play, I feel like they have to be aesthetic to some point.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know
Just
why.
so that it's pretty, you
It
know?
feels like I want to look at pretty things and like Loki, like everyone knows that like a lot of open world games were based off of Breath of the Wild, and like I feel like that aesthetic, it's
Hmm.
just pretty. You know what I mean? I feel like
Yeah.
it's so much fun to play when it's like really pretty. But that's just me. I also want to play like I've heard like a lot of other games are like not my aesthetic, but I want to play like Elden Ring. I want to
Hmm.
play that game too.
I've heard of. I mean, I've like.
You've heard of
I've
Elden
heard of it.
Ring?
Yes.
Have you heard of Baldur's Gate? I want to
Yeah.
play
I mean,
that
I've heard of all of them,
too.
but I don't think I've ever seen what they look like.
Um,
So,
I've seen a lot of character designs for like those games, and it like
are they
looks
more
so.
like how do I say this?
I
Like
don't know. I
realistic-y? I've seen like I think I've.
They're more realistic than Zelda.
I mean,
Because no, because Zelda has like a mix between cartoony and like kind of realistic-y.
hmm,
Is that a word?
probably not.
Yeah, but like in that essence compared to Zelda, yeah, it's more like realistic, quote unquote.
Yeah. For
But
everyone
yeah,
new, thank you guys so much once again for
for
18K.
18K.
It's actually
Yay!
insane because I just think like if I went back in time and told like myself before that I would be like doing this with like 18 more than 18,000 subscribers, I don't even know what like I would think.
Yeah,
And it's
like
definitely
legitimately,
weird.
yeah. Um, Sunset Dune is a weird one to watch if you don't have context from reading the book. I always find that a lot of the times, like they'll leave context out. Do
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Because I feel like they kind of did that for like a lot of things, like a lot of like book
Book
to movie
act.
things. Because they're gonna assume like all the actors, people who've like written it, have obviously read in the like written the script, have obviously read the books. They just have that
Hmm.
context. I don't know, because like I don't even know what the story's about at all. I didn't know it's like sci-fi because like I saw parts of the trailer and like
I was like,
that looks
Timothy
sci-fi.
Chalamet. That's all I've seen.
Has anyone seen the Maze Runner movies? Me and Kyoko have seen all of them. We literally like
Like multiple
found them
times.
all. Like I always knew of them, but then we found them on one random like day that we were free and we just watched all of them. I definitely like the first one the most because I always love when they talk about like the first initial weird situation.
Hmm.
Like for Hunger Games, it's cool when it's like, oh, these are the Hunger Games and like I always like it though when like the world expands. But like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I
think
like
I just
Maze
thought it
Runner
was really
though.
interesting because I think they people who read a lot of books understand that there's just a certain way that like books of that genre, like dystopian books feel, or even any book when you read how they feel. And I think they did a really good job of like recreating how a book feels in like the Maze Runner movies for that genre. I thought that was pretty
Yeah,
cool. I can't say whether or not which one is better because I haven't like read the books, but just from like the books I've read and watching the movie, I thought it
yeah.
felt pretty like
Usually, I
booky.
feel like the books are always better because they can just do so much more.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's rare occurrences like for Hunger Games where people don't compare them as much because they're like kind of agreed that the movies aren't terrible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you never see them comparing those two things, but like you see it all the time with other shows and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. Since I've never watched the Hunger Games, they're good. I feel like I've
Finish
rewatched
that.
them like a bunch of
Kanade and I
times.
have watched the Hunger Games like if there's nothing to watch, it's always just like you put on Hunger Games because it's interesting and like I can watch it a million times and still be like,
Yeah, I feel like I pick up on more like when I watch things multiple times.
hmm,
And like I feel like that show's not even like the deepest with like different meanings. It's literally just like, oh, didn't notice that before.
even like Kanade and I went to watch like the prelude of Snakes and Songbirds. I don't know. I've never had to say that title out loud.
Prelude. Yeah.
We watched that like in theaters and it was
Oh, it was so
so good.
good.
And especially like since we had seen so much of the Hunger Games before, just like looking at the parallels and how like
Yeah,
the
it was
small hints.
cool. Like I actually
Ah,
okay, the budget first of all was so good and it felt like a book, like the way it was shown and everything.
mm-hmm.
I really did like because it's like it's such a cool concept, especially for prequels, about the villain, is that like you know they have to be evil. Like they can't just suddenly be good.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still a good movie will make you root for the main character, even though you know they're gonna end
I
up
still
bad.
wanted him to succeed and I still wanted him to, all like I wanted Lucy Gray to win. I still wanted them to be together, even though I knew that they couldn't be. And I think that was the really interesting about it was that it like gave you hope because somewhere in your mind you like still believe they could be together even though you know they're not. Like they can't be
Yeah,
because
it
they
was
don't end up
good though. For a
together.
prequel, it was like I didn't expect much because I didn't read the book, so I had no context.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. Apparently, a lot of people said that Coriolanus Snow is supposed to be short, and
Like in the
like he
books, he's
wasn't.
short.
Yeah, it was kind of funny though because everyone was like, "Oh, it's so like the books," but then they just like, "Why is Snow good looking?" Because it's supposed to be like, "Oh,
But I feel like that
he's
made it better
short."
because the amount of the jokes I've seen about like Coriolanus Snow and just like they're like I'd let him commit atrocities
Oh,
any day. And I'm like,
oh,
I
okay.
just find it funny. Those kind of jokes are always very
Yeah,
entertaining.
I felt so like the ending when he just stares into like the okay, I don't. That could be spoilers
Where he
actually.
stares into the
I'm not gonna
camera.
say anything. No, that
If you
was
guys
that I
haven't
like that.
seen it, you guys should definitely go see it. But I would definitely recommend watching The Hunger Games
Yeah, because
first
then a lot of things doesn't
because
make sense.
I think it's so much cooler to, in this case, I would go from The Hunger Games to like watch the prelude after because it seemed like the way that it changed and the way that The Hunger Games, like as that thing formed, that makes it so interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Cause like it's like you can't get the little things they put in if you don't.
Or the fact that like you see how grand the Hunger Games are now and before it was just like
Mm.
an arena and you're like, wow, that really
Well,
changed.
I guess I'm gonna reveal some like special information about the Empress series to like the few people on here, like a little sneak peek, not even sneak peek, but like okay, so I originally had the series set at 3 videos because I was like,
It's happened for Anali
I
too.
like 3 or 5 because I just feel like it just like
Is a good number.
yeah, it's a good number. But then as I was like planning out all of it, I realized to fit all of that into one other video would like be detrimental to my mental health. So I was like,
2 hour long
yeah.
video.
So I was like, okay, we're gonna do it. And like, I'm so happy I chose more videos, even though it'll be more work, because I feel like the story just gets so much bigger
Mm-hmm.
from like where we think we're at right now. I love the way things were set up too. Like, I hope you guys are excited too, because like, I remember I was ranting to Kyoko about like where the story's gonna go, and like, that's why I need so much more like people because like I want to make it feel really real and like it's always good to have like a bunch of just like unique sounding voices because it's like you want everyone to be able to tell who's who from like the moment they start talking
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like that's what makes like a
That's like,
because like when
we know
you
who
yeah
that
when you
is.
don't have like visuals I feel like the voices have to be unique.
Mm-hmm.
It's like how else am I going to communicate information? I can't be like,
Yeah.
this is now a different character. Like I can't do
Mm-hmm.
that. So like it
It's
has to be
not
from
this.
like from the get go. But yeah, hope you guys are excited. It's five.
It's
Five?
5.
Yeah. And the thing is that like I'm just saying this right now. It's so like I've been seeing so many comments about certain characters and like the evil people.
The evil
But
people.
just there is a plot twist. I'm not gonna say what it is. I feel like I've set it up pretty well but no one has talked like there's like almost like the comments I have seen, like the many comments I have seen, no one's mentioned it yet.
I'll be the
Which
first.
which
I'm just
makes me
kidding.
so excited because I'm like I want the plot twist to shock everyone, but I feel like some people probably know obviously because you guys have like listened to a lot of stories and are smart, so like it's not hard to figure out. But I want to the few people I do surprise, I'll be happy about that.
Mm-hmm. KIYOKO&KANADE, what's happening with that public Discord you guys talked about a while back? Well, basically, I think it's still like we want to focus on videos a lot, and I noticed from like my friends and just from other like voice actors that we know that having like a Discord is a lot of work. Not in like a bad way, but just like a you want to create a safe space for everyone, right? So, and I also think it's just because Kanade and I are still like so new to Discord, and I still don't know what half of the buttons do. So, we're
Oh,
definitely like looking into it and like slowly learning. If you guys don't know, we actually use Discord to communicate with like our voice actors for Cardia and like have discussions about everything and all that. Sorry about that, guys.
yeah, I don't know.
um so yeah,
But
we're slowly learning how to use Discord, but I
I
still
think
think
yeah,
I'm
I
not ready
think
to manage one myself.
think of it more as like the more we learn, like it's definitely not a no, it's definitely like a work in progress type of thing.
Hmm.
Cause since me and Kyoko use it to communicate with like voice actors and stuff like that, we're slowly getting there. And then like that sounds like something I want to do for like 20K or like, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
that would be fun.
Because like I feel like giving you guys a place to like talk,
And
even just like,
interact.
yeah, I feel like that's so much fun.
And I've actually also been looking at some of our like YouTuber voice actor friends who also have their own Discords and just kind of like
Yeah,
checking them
it's
out
coming, guys. It's a
or like going
process.
on as a member just to see because I feel like if anyone knows more about this topic, it's
I
definitely
think the
not me.
biggest thing, I feel like me and Kyoko actually have gotten a lot better at Discord, but like just like using it, just like being aware of what everything is. Because
Mhm.
like a lot of our friends would use it, but then like I would be more hesitant because I was like, oh, why don't I just like
I
FaceTime
just remember
you?
being so confused by the amount of like
Yeah, but like
emojis.
legitimately, I think it's more like just finding the right people to like moderate it is that's it. That's all I'm concerned about. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like legitimately just finding the right people and all that ish. And then
Yeah.
yeah.
Someone says the thing that I pay attention to the most when it comes to films, games, and TV shows is the voice of the characters. After all, some are lovable and some terrifying, and some are just nails on a chalkboard.
Like
I
voices are
definitely
so
relate to that. Like,
important.
I remember like one time I was watching an anime and I was telling my friend like I love this character, and she was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because of his voice." And he didn't understand. He was like, "What do you mean? It's just their voice." And I don't think people understand
I
that
feel like a
a
voice
voice
can
can
change everything
yeah like
about someone.
it makes a character like read differently. Like if they have a different voice, I'm immediately like, "Oh, I like this character because I can love a character just because of their voice."
I'm saying I feel like it changes everything though because like if you see a character, you see what they look like, you don't really know their personality until they start talking. And it's not even about the words they say. Sometimes it's just about the way they say things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Or like,
the voice is everything,
and
especially
it's
in
always I've
shows.
always known that like movies and shows can go viral because of a specific voice line, just like
Literally
what it
like it has
means.
so
The
much yeah,
and when
like
I hear like when I watch a show and they have it's just like a really well voice acted, I
yeah.
love it. Like you when you hear like that really good voice acting, it always just like as a voice actor, I'm always just like in awe and I'm like wow.
Yeah, that's
Because voice
cool.
acting is so hard. Like I can never understand the people who can are able to like fully commit to it. It's
Yeah, like I
crazy.
want to learn how to do that.
Hmm.
At the same time, that's just like not something you learn overnight. Unfortunately, I
I
would
feel like the
if I
main thing for
could.
me is I feel like I have to get over not embarrassment per se, but I don't want to like you know what I mean? Like I don't want to mess up, so I feel like I definitely want to go with
There's
audios.
some
I definitely want to go more out of my comfort zone,
I feel like
but
yeah, like
who
fun roles are
knows?
like ones that like you're not used to playing. But like legitimately, I just remember I had to like evil laugh that one time, which took me I was like that
Yeah,
was
because when
hard.
you're not used to doing something, it takes a
Gosh.
while to be comfortable with it. And if you're not comfortable, then it doesn't sound natural, it doesn't sound
I feel
real.
like I actually I'm pretty good at sounding sad. I just don't think I'm that good at sounding like angry or evil, like any like complex emotions. Like evil laughing,
Complex
that's
emotions.
like a whole thing. But like I feel like it's so easy to sound sad, which is like
Hmm.
but like not like angry sad, just sad. Because like angry sad
I
is
think
hard, guys.
I've like since I've had so much practice at it, I feel like I've not mastered per se, but I'm definitely like somewhat decently good at like I would say like more
I could
emotional
always be
scenes.
better though. That's a
Yeah, I
thing.
know. I'm always like I'm trying to work on it, but I feel like that was a number one for me because especially with like our type of audios, I wanted to master like how emotions come across through in voices, but I definitely want to do more like action packed like different kind of voice acting in that way because
Yeah.
I don't get to do it that often. So okay. Guys, Kanade has to leave for 2 seconds. So I guess don't leave me.
Bye. I'll be right back. Chillax.
Guys, I'm scared now. I'm alone. I don't I haven't streamed alone in like a good 4 months. Even like without like playing Genshin or something. I haven't done this in so long. I don't know what to do. Guys, where do I look? Um, what else? We were, yes, just talking about voice acting. I think I definitely want to get more out of my, what's it called, comfort zone with that kind of stuff. And I don't know, if you guys have any interesting script ideas, then I would love for you guys to like leave them here. I'm always looking for new script ideas, and I think recently I was talking to Kanade about this, but I've really been wanting to like get out of comfort zones comfort zone regarding like the type of scripts that I write because like don't get me wrong, I will always love like royalty princess duchess videos and I think they will always I'll always have to make one. Like like at least once every few months. Like definitely, because like I don't know, that's just one of the things I enjoy writing and voice acting so much. But I definitely want to open up more to like the assassin video that I have coming out soon because you guys picked it in the poll. So I'm really excited for that one. And I think like even my past like pirate video, and I definitely want to branch out to like different parts of a like fantastical like a fantasy a fantasy world, if you guys know what I mean. I definitely want to go into the more like beyond that, like the assassins, the mercenaries, the like dragon riders, like all of that stuff. And I am so excited to start doing that. I know that I definitely want to still keep some of the kind of videos we have right now, but yes. Okay, someone says, "Hey, greetings from Colombia. Your videos have brought me so much peace and satisfaction. Really grateful." Aw, thank you so much. That's so sweet. I always love hearing that our videos have helped you guys, like in any way, shape, or form, just because like Kanade and I obviously make these videos because we find them fun and because we want to create something, and we absolutely love when other people enjoy it too. But like I think I would be lying if I would say that I was fully doing it for other people, because I just like love writing and voice acting, and editing maybe not so much, but like seeing it all come together has always just been so much fun. And yeah, hearing that it's helped any of you guys in any way, or like helped you guys fall asleep, or just been like an enjoyable story, makes me really, really happy. So yeah, I got a question. Are you guys going to watch the Fallout TV show when it comes out? Not gonna lie, it looks promising. Ooh, I actually have not heard about that yet, but I will definitely try to check it out. It sounds pretty good, and if you guys think it's promising, then I'm always down for a good TV show. I will definitely say that I've been so busy with classes recently. Like, I think these past 2 weeks, I haven't even been able to do anything else because I always had something to study for, like every single night. This is actually the first night that I haven't had anything to study for, which is why I was like, Kanade, let's stream. And then she leaves me. So, I mean, she's coming back, guys, don't worry. Do a script based on Fallout Nuclear post apocalypse. Ooh, that's definitely interesting. I've definitely, I mean, I've seen some kind of post apocalyptic videos, but I am. Oh, she's
I'm
back.
Why did you say that in sync with me?
She's back.
Why do you sound so sad?
I was I was talking about like new script ideas, and I was talking about how I already told Kanye this, that I really have been wanting to like branch out to like different parts of like fantasy worlds, and then somebody gave me the idea of like a post like apocalypse.
I did that one time.
I know. I was like thinking about that. I was just thinking,
Like,
like I've seen some.
it wasn't the
YouTubers-
series though.
I've seen some of other YouTubers do like apocalypse stuff, but like first of all, I'm like terrified of like stuff like
no,
that.
I was story about the apocalypse one is that I edited the entire background and it took me 3 days.
That was like before
Oh my
we
gosh.
were more well versed in editing. And
I
feel like you could
literally
tell.
I added every single gunshot, every single boom. The background was not of one of just us like, oh, war background. It was me. And
It
then
was
for
me.
3 hours. It hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt. Genuinely.
Oh, have you heard about this? I've been seeing this everywhere. The creator of Dragon Ball Z died.
I know.
So sad.
Because that's like an OG anime that like everyone respects.
I think it's crazy too, because like I feel like now we're in the age of like at least Kanade and I's life where like people that you actually know, like when you're younger and you hear that like someone famous died but you don't actually know who they are.
Yeah.
But like now it's getting to a stage where it's like, oh, I actually knew them.
That's hurts.
Another idea to do a vampire script, that would be pretty cool. I don't know how I feel about vampire scripts, just because
I feel like they don't. I don't know. I feel like they're not. I would be down to do one if it like made a lot of sense in the
like
context.
plot wise.
Yeah, I don't think I'm like drawn to. Like if it was a really cool plot one, like what the heck, a really cool plot one that involved them being vampires, I think that's cool.
Like I'm down to do that. I think I'm just more of like, I don't think I've ever
I
like
always
experimented with writing vampires before,
I'll
and I don't
writing
know,
vampires.
yeah, I'm like script wise or anything like that. So I don't really know
But
how I would go about
I'll
that.
always love voicing like characters with deeper voices.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's so much. I love that because I feel like I'm always like this is like my normal talking voice, just like how I
Wow.
talk. But like I feel like when I voice act, I tend to go higher because I feel like that translates emotions better because
And
it's
you're able
like
to like control your voice more in a sense, at least for me.
that's like what I do just like out of reflex. I don't know.
Like
That's
habit.
why I feel like voicing deeper characters would be so much fun.
Someone said maybe a steampunk one. I would love to do
I have
one,
to
but
watch it first. Yeah.
I definitely have to do more research in just like steampunk elements and stuff, just because like I know what the vibe is. Like I like steampunk. The whole vibe of steampunk is just really cool.
Yeah, I
But
get
I
the
just
vibe. I feel like I need to do justice, so I need to watch it. You know what I mean? Because like
steampunk
if
isn't
I,
a show. It's like
it
a
isn't. Is it?
no.
What is it?
It's like a certain like aesthetic. Like it's a certain like thing. If you think of like fantasy, you get a
I'm
certain picture.
googling it because I don't
Yeah,
think.
steampunk is like a certain
I mean,
think.
do you think?
I don't know how to
Do you
explain to you other
know,
than just think steampunk.
girl?
Steampunk is just like
I mean, I
the
feel like I've
whole.
seen a show called that before.
I'm like quite sure it's not a show, but
I'm like, wait.
it's
I feel like I've either. I feel I'm just confusing it with something else. But like, I still that's like is still cool. But
yeah. I
like,
definitely want a steampunk thing. I just would need to because I don't think I've read that many books that are steampunk or watched that many shows
I
that
don't even
are.
like the aesthetic isn't even that clear to me either. Like if you
It's
just
just
said it
the
was an
whole like
aesthetic.
I just think of like the inventors. Like they always do like inventors and like alchemists, and they always wear like those goggle thingies and just the whole
That's
like.
the aesthetic.
I mean, I don't know how else to explain it because I've never had to do that before, but I think it's. I don't think that's. I've been wanting to do a cool
I
inventor
like the
series for a
inventor one.
while. I want to do a cool
I think
inventor
I like
series.
when I was not like making stuff yet. I saw one really cool series about an inventor, but it was more like Renaissance-y, like like
Yeah,
Renaissance
Renaissance.
inventors. So they're making like flying machines and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
What they called flying machines back then when they're just like gliders.
I what's it called? I definitely want to do like more different types. I think it's just like I think Kanade and I just love like the certain like era of time that we read a lot of our like scripts in the first place.
And also
So
it's kind of hard because it's like
and I've watched so
a
many
lot
shows.
of them are
I've
like
read so many books and read so many webtoons on that specific age and
a
time.
lot of them are like not real worlds technically. So
Mhm.
is it a different age? I don't know. They're in a different world. Like the
Exactly.
isekai ones, it's like oh, I mean like it's still like an aesthetic to think like kings and queens and all that stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's also just like um really interesting in the way that I mean, I think ever since Kanade and I were kids, we've just loved
I
like
don't know.
that
I feel
era.
like that
So
aesthetic kind of like appeals to everyone. I don't think it's an era because it's not like correct in
it's
any
just
way.
like that I think it's
I think it's just because it's that's what everyone thinks of first when they think about fantasy is kings and queens and stuff
if
like
you
that.
guys have like if you guys read like historical manhwas like the Korean manhwas, if you've read them, you know what I'm talking about. But those specific ones, I feel like a lot of our videos are kind of like rooted in that kind of system and world just
It
because
also helps
they're
because they're
so
also usually
and they're all
the
really
thumbnail.
yeah. And they're
So
usually also like very similar to the worlds that we build in our stories. And since we read those so much, I feel like they're just kind of like connected in my head. Like if I went and wrote like a historically accurate like kings and queens from like
that's also cool.
that is cool. But I'm just saying that I don't have. I love creating like our own worlds in it too, because then like anything goes. You can like make so much.
That's why like it's fun, yeah, because you make up your own systems. Like legitimately, it's like
Yeah. See, steampunk is more of like the think of like I always think
I
of like
don't know.
the steam engines and like the people working on them.
Wow,
It's like
Steam.
no people will get like I'm trying to think of shows that are steampunk because it's a very
I don't think
specific.
I've ever watched like a show that's like truly steampunk. More like
It's a very specific like.
aesthetic.
Yes, I haven't. What show? And like, it's just very big on the whole like inventor.
Yeah, but I do think I would want to like make one of like different like we have not done a lot of science-y stuff. So if you guys like have a certain idea or anything for like more sci-fi stuff, definitely let us know because I feel like my ideas like aren't. I feel like I don't know. It's really easy to think of videos when it's like you have the king and queen situation going on.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know. I feel like that's such a cool genre to like check out though.
And there's so many other like places we could go with. I always wanted it to be like no matter what you like, if you go on our channel, you'll like find something. Like even if you really like even with the videos we have now, like if you enjoy like a whole school situation, if you want like a modern one, like there's I want there to be like so many like even series to pick from.
Yeah.
They just kind of have like an endless kind of you know what I mean? Selection?
Endless selection.
Yes, endless selection. That's
Yes. That'd be really fun.
I think
I don't know. I
that's
feel
cool,
like I
though.
really want to voice just like more unique characters
Me too.
because I don't like it when I feel
But-
like I've been writing my characters to have the same, like they would say the same things. Not all of them, just like I've noticed it in like 2 or 3.
Yeah, and I also feel like
But one
I
shots
think
don't
it's
count
hard
because
because
it's like
main characters have to be a specific way because that's just like that's what makes the stories like work together better. But I definitely want to do more like not like typical for our channel videos.
yeah. But if you guys have any ideas, definitely let us know.
Some people have been saying like Star Wars.
I have to
audios.
I have to watch it enough because I want to do it justice.
You
know
know,
what I
maybe
mean?
not like Star Wars like specifically, but just kind of like set in that sort of like vibe of a world. Like
Yeah.
I would be down to do one in space. That seems so cool.
That sounds so painful editing wise.
I mean, yeah.
That
honestly,
sounds
but
so
that
painful.
sounds so cool.
Like that's a cool like environment to be in. I feel like a lot of I'm on a spaceship. Like you know what I mean?
right? Like that in and of itself sounds so like interesting. Like that's the thing. I'm trying to think how would I
have
add that?
ideas all the time, but I feel like finding like a spaceship is flying away sound effect
Spaceship
is
flying.
kind of specific. I don't know. I feel like I could do it though. You know what I mean?
That seems fun too, and I feel like there's so much. And if we just kind of like make our own world, then like, what are they gonna do? Tell us it's wrong.
I mean, that's not Star Wars anymore.
No,
Then
I mean, yeah, I said Star Wars inspired though, because I definitely don't know.
That's an
I do not-
If you just say Star Wars,
That's what I said in the
inspired.
beginning. I said maybe not Star Wars itself because I don't know.
Yeah, I'm talking
enough,
about
but,
if
like,
we actually did it though. That's what I'm saying. I would actually want to watch.
I'm so like
I just don't know where to
careful
begin
with
though.
doing ones of actual shows because I just. And first of all, I don't think like it could even be set in the world, but I'm not confident in any way to try to like imitate a character because I probably just don't sound like them in the first place. So I've had some people, I think the last time that I streamed by myself told me that I sound like a certain Genshin character, but I went and listened to
Oh.
her voice and like I understand what they mean. I think we talk in similar ways, but I don't think I sound like her, and I feel like I'm gonna make a fool of myself if I try. Because, like,
Yeah, and I feel
like,
like
I don't want to do
I also
that.
feel like it's a lot more pressuring when you're like when you're voicing a character, there really is no right or wrong unless like you mess up the words. But if you're
Mhm.
trying to like imitate someone's voice and character, there is right and wrong because like
Yeah,
you know
even
what I mean?
when I've seen like I've watched audios where people are trying to be a specific character.
Yeah.
And, like some people are really good. Like they get
Yeah,
really,
some people
really
are like
close.
crazy.
But like obviously it's still not it's still different from the character. Just from the way that they talk or like the tone or anything. And like they're doing a really good job. I just don't think I could like bring it upon myself. Because I would if I was gonna make one, I would want it to really sound like them. Like exactly like them. So,
Yeah. Yeah, because like
then why am I saying that I
'cause
sound like
I don't
them
want to like
when I don't?
No, I feel like even if you're just saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna pretend this character," even though I know my voice doesn't match them, if you post that, you're saying you think you sound like
You're
them.
saying that you believe you sound you sound like that character.
I feel like I've like when it's like scrolling through YouTube, I've clicked on one, and they didn't sound anything like it at all, and I was like, "What are you thinking?"
Where it's just like they just use their phrases.
No,
and they
I
make them
honestly
slightly-
I
Ugh.
admire like putting yourself out there like that, but I feel like legitimately, if I just don't sound like that person, I'm not even gonna try. But that's just me. So like,
Yeah,
it's really hard to imitate voices, though. In all honesty, so
yeah. It's just kind of like
it's a struggle. Like,
it is, and I definitely like. I would be down to try it, but I post it. No, would I make like a funny reel and be like, haha, I probably don't actually sound like them? Sure. I don't think I
not
could
just be
make
like
a
I don't
video.
sound like them because
Plus, I don't think we should just do one, but it's just like I try to sound like you and you try to sound like me.
How
I
does
think we could
that?
pull it off because
How?
like I do think Kanade and I have differences in our voice, but
Yeah.
I don't think they're too different enough that like I feel like if I tried to talk like you from a specific audio, I feel like I could do it. Like, that seems like a fun like challenge thing to do just for no reason. Cause I feel like I could. I've listened to some clips of you and thought that it was me, so I feel like I could pull that
What?
off. Just like in like when I don't know who's talking and I see a video, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that is that not me? And then it is you, and I'm like,
I feel like because when I go into like my typical character voice,
you're
I feel like we both just we just go higher.
yeah. I think it
Like
depends
if
on the
I said
character.
high in a character's voice right now, okay, we're gonna pull up some of my videos
I mean, I
actually.
feel like we could talk the exact same in the like the
Ha
exact
ha
same
ha
we
ha.
wanted to.
There are some videos I feel like, oh dang, I went way too high, and it's like when ever
Yeah.
Kyoko's like, "Can you voice Lady Ein?" And she was like, the first time we sat down, guys, when she was like, "Okay, um, you're gonna voice Lady Ein," and she's like, her voice is like pretty high. I'm like, okay, sit down. I'll try to do a line into the microphone, like I don't know, hi, like you know, like it's higher than that.
Hi.
High. Like it's pretty high. Higher than that even. And then she'd just be like, you're too low. And I'll
I
be
think it's
like,
just hard whenever
what?
whenever we do any videos where Kanade and I both talk a lot, I do realize that our voices can sound like exactly the same at some parts.
Yeah, like
So I am so like I'm such a stickler for like they need to sound different if we're talking to
I
each
know.
other. So
You don't gotta
and I
tell
think that's
me.
kind of hard because for the Duchess, like Duchess Kyoko from the Second Princess Rebellion, her voice is like very middle, and I don't think I was like her voice isn't low at all. So at moments it can go high, which means that Lady Ein has to go higher so that their voices are different. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, okay, I'm probably gonna. That's fine. I'm so happy for the Empress one because Empress one has been doing so well. It's like almost. It's like at 160K right now. I'm
wow.
so happy because it's I chose my voice to be lower for that one. So I don't have to like fake a high
I think I love that
voice.
for who was
Sorry,
it?
that's so
There's
nice.
one character from a series, and I don't remember which one.
Let me
But I loved her
find.
voice because I just decided to make her voice more naturally lower.
Uh-huh.
I felt like I was just like talking like this a lot of the time, just like more voice acting. You know what I mean? Like just more like
More voice
more
act.
voice acting.
What is that?
You know what that means?
Okay. Okay, low key, I'm just gonna try to like find a video.
I should try too because I think I can do it.
Ugh. No, this is just like what I'm saying. I'm just like I spoke really high. Oh, that's so high. Okay, this was a while ago, so I'm not even.
Oh, Your Highness, there you are.
Wait, we should try.
No, this is.
I'm not late. You
I'm not
Okay,
late.
I feel like people don't understand is that it's really easy to make sure you say the line the exact same. If you just hear the pitch of the note they hit. Like that. I'm not late. Like that's literally a note. Like what? I'm not.
really early. Plus, I was helping get my older
Like I
brother
just keep going to that back to that note.
Plus
I- I'm not late.
plus I was just I'm not late.
Yeah, literally, it's like you just listen for like the little note they're hitting. And you're like, oh. And
Oh.
it's also a really easy way to make your voice sound high because people's voices tend to drop because it's just a very easy thing to just
Mm-hmm.
talk normally. But then you have like a note you're always trying to hit.
I'm not late.
But
Ah.
I was like, you just keep hitting that note. You know what I mean? Anyways, I don't know. I feel like that's something I just randomly picked up.
Yeah. Once again, guys, we want to thank all the new people who joined for 18K. It's still insane and
Like crazy.
like it's just weird. I remember that Kanade told me like once we get to 18K, she just looked at me and went like, "That's actually a lot of people." And I was like,
Yeah, I was like,
"Really?"
that's actually like a decent amount of people. And it's like, they want to what? Because I legitimately remember the first time we got a comment or like got a subscribe and we were like giddy. Like when I'm telling you, we would check like every hour when we were at like 400. 400. Where we're like, oh, 5 people subscribed. Oh my gosh. That's
my
5 people
gosh.
like actually just pressed the button.
And I don't even remember like what my mind was like at the time because I feel like since it's been like at like 3-ish years now,
Mm-hmm.
it's so a part of my life that sometimes I'll like not forget that I have a YouTube channel, but since it's just so a part of my life, then like sometimes I'll just stop and be like, I'm
Oh,
a
wait.
YouTuber. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really cool though to have people like comment on your like stuff that you spend a lot of time on.
Yeah, so it means a lot to us. I love reading comments And
No,
especially like
honestly, I feel like it's like
it's crazy.
one of the best parts of my day is like when I wake up, I always like check people like texted me and stuff like that, and then I also check YouTube Studio.
Yeah,
And that's
me
the thing I
too.
always
And
just
it's
do.
always like Kanade or me being like, did you see that comment? And we're like, what comment?
Yeah,
And
and
we
it's
like
like,
check
and it's
it.
always like, especially the comments that are like paragraphs, guys. I read all of that. I
Yeah.
literally will. I'll read
Like,
everything.
and I'll just be smiling the entire time, and I find it so interesting.
It's harder now. Like it's harder to not miss every comment, but like when I do get on there, I never skip. I just try to read as much as I can for as long as I can.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you guys all for coming. We're probably gonna end the stream around here just because yeah.
Just because, yeah. But it was so cool to talk to so many of you guys and like hear your opinions about like new genres to try out and like even shows like we should watch and that you guys have watched. But yeah, 18K is so crazy, and I definitely like for our next streams, I definitely want them to be more than just talking. But like I still feel like talking to you guys is so like I don't know, fulfilling. I feel like time like goes by so
Yeah, I was
fast.
telling like Conde that like when we stream, we literally blink and it's like an hour.
Yeah, like time, oh my gosh, it goes by so fast. But yeah, thank you guys so
Thank
much
you guys
for
so much for
18K.
18K.
Yay! I hope you guys just look forward to all of our videos. There's so much cool content coming, like
Yeah, and
genuinely.
even when we're like kind of gone for like a few weeks,
It's because we're doing
we're always
things,
working
guys.
on new stuff
No,
coming out.
like legitimately, I think it's kind of sad that our content's one that's so like created because we don't get to do it so often. But in the same way, it means that like we get to think through so much in like every aspect of our videos and our content. But like, yeah, guys, look forward to everything that's coming. I definitely feel like I hope you guys will like it. I don't want to like say I feel like you guys will like it, but like
You must.
I
like it.
hope you all like it. And yeah, there's so much coming. There's so much parts of the series. Cardia. There's a lot of one shots even coming out and like stuff like that. So yeah.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much again. We love you guys.
Bye.